Hey guys, I'm Nikki Sizemore. Welcome to my kitchen and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a recipe that I've been making for years and that is a staple in my house. It is one of our favorite weeknight meals. I'm going to show you how to make slow cooker pulled pork. Now this recipe comes from my cookbook, Fresh Flavors for the Slow Cooker. I have a few easy techniques that give this pulled pork the most amazing flavor. Now you can eat this shredded pork just as it is. We love to put it into tacos or grain bowls or toss it into fried rice. However, you can also, of course, make barbecue pulled pork sandwiches. I love to serve it with my red cabbage and sweet corn coleslaw. I will link to that recipe below. This is such a crowd-pleasing meal. Everyone loves it. People can build their own sandwiches. And best of all, the pulled pork tastes even better with time, so you can go ahead and make it in advance. I can't wait to show you how to make slow cooker pulled pork, so let's head to the kitchen. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button below if you haven't done so already. It really helps out my channel, and that way you won't miss out on any of my wholesome, family-friendly, and naturally gluten-free recipes. We're going to start by making a spice rub for the pork, and that is going to infuse it with so much flavor before we even cook it. I have smoked paprika, that's gonna lend a touch of smokiness. Granulated garlic, you guys, garlic makes everything better. I also have some ground mustard, that's going to brighten up this spice rub. Brown sugar for a little sweetness, and a touch of cayenne for some heat. You can make this spice rub a few days ahead of time, just mix it all together. And now let's talk pork. You will need a 4 to 5 pound boneless pork shoulder for this recipe, sometimes called pork butt. The butt is actually part of the shoulder. Make sure to trim it of any excess fat. There should only be a very thin layer on top. Now season this pork shoulder very generously with salt and pepper. Make sure to get all sides. And now it's time for the spice rub. We're going to use all of the spice rub on this pork shoulder. Just rub it in with your hands, get it into all of those nooks and crannies. And if you have the time, we're going to refrigerate the pork overnight. That's going to allow all of those seasonings to permeate into the meat for maximum flavor. But if you don't have the time, you can skip that step. The next morning, arrange 1 thinly sliced sweet onion and 4 thinly sliced garlic cloves in the bottom of your slow cooker. Add a half cup of apple cider vinegar and a 1/4 cup of honey. The onions and garlic with that vinegar and honey are going to create the most amazing sauce for the pulled pork. Place that pork shoulder right on top. If there's any liquid in the bottom of the bowl, you can add that as well. And that's it. Now you just want to cover the slow cooker and let it cook until the shoulder is really tender when you pierce it with a knife. It'll take about 9 to 10 hours on low or 7 to 8 hours on high, depending on your model of slow cooker. At this point, your kitchen is going to smell incredible. Just remove that pork shoulder from the slow cooker, let it cool for a few minutes, and then use 2 forks to shred it up. This pork is so tender. It's already got an amazing flavor. It's super juicy, but we're not quite done yet. Remember that sauce in the slow cooker? First, we're going to defat it. So we're going to skim off a cup of the liquid. You want to get most of the fat from the surface and then enough liquid to measure 1 cup. You can get rid of that and then transfer the pulled pork back into the sauce. The pulled pork is going to soak up that delicious sauce. It's got some brightness from the vinegar, a touch of sweetness from the honey. Now you can serve this pulled pork just as it is. You can pile it into tacos or rice bowls. Today I'm making barbecue pulled pork sandwiches. So mix that pulled pork with some of your favorite barbecue sauce. I like to drizzle a little bit more barbecue sauce on top. And then I love to pile on my red cabbage and sweet corn coleslaw. I will link to that recipe below. The slaw adds color and crunch, but it's totally optional. This slow cooker pulled pork is so tender, it's so juicy, it's got incredible flavor, and it's super versatile. It's the perfect meal for busy weeknights or for entertaining. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that you give this slow cooker pulled pork a try. Let me know if you do in the comments below. I've included below the link to the full recipe. I've also included a link to my cookbook, Fresh Flavors for the Slow Cooker, if you want to check that out. It includes a ton of other slow cooker recipes. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you again for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.